Hey, let's do a post-game show presented by MLB 9 Innings 2025. Scotty Braun, AJ Pierzynski, Erik Kratz, and we're recapping the Cubs and the Padres. Cubs with a 3-1 win over San Diego. Pitching showed up for the Cubbies.
Yeah, well, the Padres hitting didn't show up. They had
Both.
They had first and third, one out. Runner on third, no outs, didn't get him in. It was as good of pitching as it was. It was also bad offense by the Padres. They had chances. All they had to do was a couple of times. I know Dansby made a couple nice plays on O'Hearn twice. But they had a couple chances where they could have made this game 2 or 3-0, and they didn't. And in playoff games, those come back and bite you. That's why contact and productive outs is such a big deal.
And the game was decided, Kratz, with the back-to-back home runs for Seiya Suzuki and Carson Kelly off of Nick Pivetta. That's all they needed.
That's all they got. He wasn't allowing much. And then when that happened, it was like right before the shadows really started to take effect and clipped him. I didn't think anybody was going to clip him out to left. And Seiya's was through the wind, so I was like, that's good. No way Carson Kelly's carried out. And, man, I guess this is the difference between homers. They didn't really produce many base runners. Padres don't hit a ton of homers, but when you got guys on base, like AJ said, to score them, you got to get them in. And they didn't today, and the Cubs took advantage of a low-scoring game.
Mm-hmm. Hey, this is why power matters. In games like this.
Yes, agreed. But again, how did the Cubs get their third run?
Yep.
Sack fly.
Yep.
Right? Dansby Swanson, I know, made a couple nice plays on Nick O'Hearn, but you got to have productive outs in the postseason.
Bunt.
Runner on we'll go back to the first game. Matt Shaw bunted for the first time in his life, then a wild pitch, and then they get the run in. But the first game, the Guardians-Tigers game, runner on third, nobody out in the ninth inning. They can't get him in.
Mm-hmm. We're going to get to that.
Right?
We're going to recap that game.
Productive outs matter in the postseason. You have to have guys that can give you productive outs.
Mm-hmm. Nick Pivetta was mostly high fastball. First time through the lineup, looked ridiculous. Lineup adjusted second time through. I mean, he was almost all heaters. He was 80-something% heaters, and one of them was a miss, right? I mean, you would call the Suzuki pitch middle in a bad pitch.
Call that the traveler, where it starts away and travels back to the inner. That's where you cannot throw Seiya Suzuki.
Right.
You cannot throw him in at all, because that is the ball he mashes, and he mashed it.
He had a home run in each of the 4 games and the regular season.
Yeah, was it 3 or 4?
Now it's 5 in a row for including the playoffs. Yeah. And then Carson Kelly's had a really nice year. He started out smoking hot, cooled off a little, but still a way above average offensive performer for the Cubs this year. That seemed like a decent pitch. I mean, first time through the lineup, that pitch was working for Pivetta. It was a little above the zone, 95 heat. I mean, that's his good stuff.
I mean, that's the one. That's the one, you tip your cap to the hitter, right, Kratzy? But the one to Suzuki was a mistake. I mean, that's it. But again, the Padres didn't do anything offensively. If you give up 2 solo home runs in a playoff game, it's tough to swallow. I mean, it's the same as the other game. You give up 2 runs and you lose. I mean, I know they got to 3, but gosh, that's a tough way to go.
I know we're talking about Pivetta's outing, and Carson Kelly's homer was, I mean, he clipped it. He did a good job of just being short to it and carried out. I didn't think balls like that would carry out. But what AJ's talking about, the Padres, like, we go into it and we say the Padres don't hit home runs. And I said this before, I'll just reiterate it. So when you have guys on base, you have to figure out how to get them in. That's the counterpoint to everybody saying, well, you don't have to hit home runs. You can produce. Then you have to get the hit. And it is so hard to get the hit against the pitchers that teams are throwing out there. The Cubs bullpen wasn't that great this year. They were really good early, a lot of strikeouts. And then as the season went on, dealt with injury, Palencia was down. They came in and absolutely shut these guys down. I know the shadows got bad, but this is why the home run plays in the playoffs, and we'll keep saying that unless it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
And let's give him love to Matthew Boyd, too. He pitched really well.
He did. Got out of some jams.
I mean, Boyd pitched great. But, right here what Justin Velasco says, Padres are swinging any pitch. He did swing out of the zone a lot. They chased a lot of pitches. And Dansby made 2 great plays, but, wow. I mean, the Padres' offense was that was their question mark coming in. Could they score enough? We know their pitching's great. And could they have a lead after 5 innings? And in the bottom of the 5th is when they gave up the 2 runs and they didn't have a lead. And then they deployed their bullpen. And, I mean, if you saw Mason Miller pitch, holy crap. I don't know how you hit that stuff.
You don't. But like you said, It doesn't matter if you don't have offense. But yeah, he was absurd. That was his first
103. Yeah. I mean, oof, and then the slider to back it up. Oof.
His first playoff performance. Yeah.
I was just going to say about Schilt versus Counsell. Counsell, I thought, went to his bullpen too early. Clearly not. Schilt, I thought, did a great job sticking with Pivetta. Had he gone to his bullpen? Is it different? Because those dudes coming out of that pen, I get it. Morihone gave up some, but I'm blanking on who did Estrada give up. Estrada gave up a run. I get it. And I know it all has to line up, but these are the questions that we're going to keep asking the rest of the postseason when you have a bullpen like the Padres. And now they're one game away from being done. That's what's so crazy about these wild card series.
It is a good point. The Padres have the most talented bullpen in baseball. Fair?
Yeah, but they got to have a lead.
Right. But they did. They did have a lead.
Yeah, but it was the fifth inning. He's not taking Nick Pivetta out in the fifth inning.
We see it all the time in the playoffs.
Maybe if they had Jason Adams still, maybe. He was dealing. They weren't even touching him. He was carving them. He was carving.
Oh, I would have done the same thing.
There's nobody on earth.
Back to back.
I'm sorry. There's nobody on earth that would say they should have taken Nick Pivetta out. Yeah, because he gave up 2 homers. There's nobody on this earth. I mean, of course, there'd be somebody in the chat who'd be like, yeah, I would have. Stupid. But I mean, serious. People that understand baseball or watching this game are like, all right, if he gets us through the 5th, which he didn't with the lead, then we start deploying Morihone and Mason Miller and Estrada and Suarez, and we try to wipe him out and we win 1-0. But he didn't get through the 5th. I said they got to get through the 5th with a lead. Mm-hmm. Now, even if they had Jason Adams, I don't think they're bringing him in the 5th. Nick Pivetta was dealing, and Nick Pavetta's been so good. Nick Pivetta still pitched really good in this game.
Dude, you're not going to win the World Series if you don't score runs. They put up a 1. Kratz, you're not going to make it through October with low-scoring wins. You got to score. And this team ranked 18th in runs scored this year, 18th in runs scored against left-handed pitching, 19th in OPS against left-handed pitching. Overall this year, in terms of home runs, they were bottom 3 in baseball. Bottom 3 in baseball in runs. That's just not going to get it done. They were below half. So what were they? 13th worst in runs scored in baseball. It hasn't been a great offense, especially on the road.
And today, only one guy showed up. Xander.
Yeah.
Tatis had no hits. Manny had no hits. I mean, Jackson Merrill got the 1 blue pit, right? But other than that, there was no offense. Arise didn't get any. Did Arise get a hit? No, he didn't get a hit either. Sheets, I think, got a hit.
Arise struck out.
That bad. Swung and missed 2 pitches in a row.
Never see that.
I mean, here's the thing. Look at the Padres offense. Tatis 0 for 4. Arise 0 for 4. Machado 0 for 3. Merrill had the blue pit. Bogarts had 2 hits. O'Hearn 0 for 3. Got robbed twice. Sheets 0 for 3. Cronenworth 0 for 3. And Fermin 1 for 3. They had 4 hits. That's it.
They got beat.
Games. It's the same as the other game, the Guardians game. You don't win playoff games with 4 hits and non-productive outs.
Mm-hmm. Kratz, they got beat. They got beat by a team that was throwing out Boyd, and they're going to throw out their couple lefties here against the Padres with good reason. It's funny. Cade Horton's hurt. I don't know if we'll see him at all in the playoffs because a right rib fracture I was looking through averages 40 to 80 days out. Yeah. So I don't think they're going to see him. That's probably not happening for the rookie. They don't have Justin Steele this year, but at least against the Padres to get past the wild card, which I think is what Cubs fans need. They need to see them get to the DS to feel like they had a successful season. Left-handed pitching is probably going to be the move here to start games.
Don't tell the Padres they got to face Shota Imanaga now.
Good point there next to your head. Laureano lost is a killer.
That definitely is a killer. Would he have caught that ball that Gavin Sheets that fell in front of Gavin Sheets? I think it was Dansby Swanson. Loss of Laureano is a killer. Thanks, B-Negs. It is. And he was, when we had Schilt on earlier, they were talking about, Schilt was like, I didn't really know much about this guy's game. And he came over and they started playing him lefties and righties. That's a huge loss.
I will point something else. What?
I was calling Nick. Ryan O'Hearn has been great against lefties.
Mm-hmm.
And Sheets has been fine this year against lefties. He's gotten to play against them.
Yeah.
I know Laureano would have played left, but no one's catching the ball that fell in front of Sheets. And that didn't change anything in the game.
You know what changed things? 2 times Dansby Swanson made really nice plays with a runner at third. 2 times.
2 times.
That's a good defense.
Yes. He's a Gold Glover for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's why they brought him over here, was to make plays like this and be a leader, which he's done. My guys are good.
Yeah, all around good win for Chicago. And also,
this play right here, when he hit that, I was like, oh, that's a knock, and it might be first and third again. I mean, that was a great play. And then the one where he dove in the hole, the bat before. But again, they had runners on third base with less than 2 outs twice and didn't get them in either time.
Did home field advantage mean anything to you? I know the Cubs won. No, it's not about that in this one? Nothing?
Oh, it's a home field with the shadows.
It's different very different ballpark from Petco. And I mean, the Padres thrive at home.
Homers. Because Petco's bigger than Wrigley. No, they didn't get any hits.
Mm-hmm.
AJ could maybe argue with me, but in the playoffs, you don't hear the fans. Sorry, I don't see that home field advantage in like the pressure situations. I don't feel like you're going. I just don't think it affects how you're playing. Maybe if things start going bad, maybe like if somebody's soft, maybe everything just gets zoned out.
Yeah, I've said this. Home field advantage in baseball doesn't mean as much as any other sport. It's probably the least. Actually, I always say I like playing on the road because if you can jump on a team early, you actually put the pressure on the home team. Like if the San Diego could have got up 2 or 3-0 in this game, can you imagine all them people out there on those bleachers going, "Oh, we're going to lose again. We're Cubs. Oh, we're back to normal." But they didn't, and then the bullpen came in for the Cubs. It was ridiculous. Were they 4 1/3, 4 2/3? Nothing, right?
Nothing.
I don't think they gave up a hit or a base runner.
No. And Brad Keller was making his postseason debut, and I mean, he's not the regular closer for them, and he locked it down.
They brought Palencia in the 5th to get through a tough spot.
He was money.
He was great. Their whole bullpen was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
They have a decent-sized circle of trust. It's not the world's biggest, sexiest names, right? It's a different-looking bullpen from the Padres, but there's guys that can pick up outs, so they give credit. The Cubs put together a really strong performance in Game 1. Now, in Game 2, we have Shota Imanaga against Dylan Cease. Maybe we'll get a little sprinkling of Michael King. It's an elimination game. That's the case for all these Game 2s. What do we like for Game 2? Not saying a prediction, but what do you think?
Over.
The over? You think they'll score?
I think there'll be some runs scored. Cease hasn't pitched good in the postseason, although he has pitched well against the Cubs in the past because he wasn't originally a Cub.
Mm-hmm.
Shota hasn't been great. I think they'll make some adjustments. Depends on which way the wind's blowing, but I think there'll be more than 4 runs scored.
Kratz, I picked the over in this one. Did not work out for me in Game 1.
Tough day for you. It's okay. I think there'll be some punch outs. Dylan Cease will punch some dudes out. It's just a matter of how many at bats they actually give him to try to punch dudes out. How panicked are they going to be in the sense of, hey, 3rd inning, he's cruising, they get a runner on, and it's a 0-0 tie ball game. Are they going to hook him?
Padres are going to
they're going to
hit up their bullpen early.
It depends on how Cease goes, but trust me, Peralta and those guys will be in quick. Suarez for 2 innings if they need him, because he didn't pitch today.
Super short leash for Cease.
Oh yeah,
and one time through.
If he gets you one time through, depending on how it's going, what the score is. If they have a lead, they might ride with them. But if they don't, if it's close, or they might be one time through and
bullpen
get somebody up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Player of the game?
The Cubs bullpen, for me. I mean, you can say there's not really an offensive star because if you give it, you can't give it to Seiya and you can't give it to Carson Kelly. To me, it's either Dansby Swanson, who scored the 3rd run and made the 2 plays, or it's the Cubs bullpen.
I'll just say Dansby. Anytime your shortstop makes 2 big plays with runners in scoring position, that's huge.
Mm-hmm. It was run prevention day. All right. Since we'll pick one individual, the team behind the scenes is giving it to Dansby. And he was just on the show.
He was.
MLB 9 innings MVP of Game 1 for the Cubbies is Dansby Swanson. So congrats to the Cubs. They take Game 1, 3-1 your final score. We'll talk more about this series, of course, on Foul Territory. We're live every day, 1 o'clock Eastern on YouTube. And now, let us talk about the Tigers and the Guardians. Here we go again. Another matchup between these teams. Another Tarik Skubal, Gavin Williams matchup, and Skubal gets the advantage this time for
Skubal was dealing.
Oh my gosh, a Tigers team that they didn't like crack the lid open with the offense. There was a lot of swing and miss.
Errors. The 2 errors cost the Guardians in this game, and they're supposed to be known for their defense. There was 2 errors. One in the first inning where the right fielder booted a single and allowed Carpenter to get to second, and then Torkelson floated one out there for the first run. And the second one was the Rocchio where Big Christmas didn't really, he's an outfielder, but now he's playing first, and he missed the bag, hit off his glove, that whole thing. So, 2 errors led to both the runs. And honestly, again, no, productive outs, which is what the Guardians have had to do is make productive outs. And they had Jose Ramirez at third base with no outs in the 9th inning, and he didn't score.
Almost all contact from the Guardians was in the infield. They had 1 hit that went to the outfield.
Yeah.
That's not going to get it done. You can't guards ball every game.
No.
They did that a lot recently, Kratz, against the Tigers, and they were able to take down Skubal in past games in the last few weeks. But never did we watch and go, oh, man, I think they've got Skubal figured out.
This is how
Not this year.
I mean, I guess last year in Game 5 they finally got to him, but he was probably exhausted. He didn't say it, I said it. But this graphic is the best. Like, 2 balls in the outfield. I mean, 4 balls in the outfield, 1 hit. Like, man, like you have to do more. Where did the Guardians' offense or where did their power surge from last year go? Like, it's been gone the whole year. They had guys like Will Brennan hitting double-digit home runs. And then this year, they're Steven Kwan and Jose Ramirez. I guess Manzardo's driving some baseballs too, but they gotta come out. They gotta come out hot. They don't have to face Skubal, so that's good. That's good for everybody.
They finished the season on a 19-4 run. The Tigers finished the season on a 3-13 dud. But Cleveland was 28th in runs scored this year, 29th in on-base percentage. This is not a good offense.
No, it's not. Skubal, and they faced the ultimate X factor.
Mm-hmm. And
Tarik Skubal.
They lost by a run. They lost by McKinstry squeeze bunt.
They lost by 2 bad defensive plays. If they
Yes.
play clean, the Tigers don't score against Big Rig Gavin Williams either. So Skubal was impressive. The play he almost made at home plate when it was over his shoulders and the runner went from second, that was a sick play. I know the guy was safe at home. And I don't know, by the way, if that's not blocking the plate or not giving you a lane, I don't know what is. Because he's standing right in front of the plate and he doesn't have the ball. That's supposed to be an automatic save.
We're going back to the old rules.
He was safe anyways. But Skubal is the one player in this playoffs that can change series when he's right. And today he was right. And the Guardians saw him for a third time. And Gavin Williams was pretty damn good too. Let's not forget. Gavin Williams pitched, how many strikeouts total were in this game? Skubal had 14 himself.
Yeah. A career high for him.
I mean, I don't know how many they had total, but that was a well-pitched game by both these guys.
Gavin Williams is blossoming into a star.
Mm-hmm.
Second half into this postseason start. I mean, he's got good stuff. He's a big dude. He's got all of the tools for or all of the pitches, I should say, for a number one starter, for the Cleveland Guardians going forward here, Kratz. But they consistently haven't done enough to build an offense that can win a World Series title. I felt the same way last year. I mean, that was a good team. The bullpen was stupid. But
historical.
Did we really think that team was going to carry itself to a World Series title?
It's the same as this
They would have gotten destroyed in the World Series.
Same as this year.
Pitching is great.
Yeah.
They historically produce pitching. There's no denying that. They're running out, especially now that they're running out some guys from their minor leagues that are legit out of the bullpen. Before it was all just starters. I mean, it was just a cavalcade of starters coming from their minor league system. So now they have an entire pitching rotation, but they have to spend some money or produce some way somebody else in that lineup that's going to protect Jose Ramirez.
Casey Mize versus Tanner Bybee, Game 2.
Bybee's got to do it. They had 28 strikeouts total in this game between the two teams. 15 for Cleveland, 13 for the Tigers. I mean, Gavin Williams went 6 innings, 5 hits, no earned runs, 8 punchies. What else do you want? One walk. That's the key for him because he sometimes can get kind of walky.
Mm-hmm.
But then you go Skubal 7 2/3, 14 punchies, and Will Vest 1 hit and 1 punchy, which is a big punchy too because it came with a runner on third and no outs.
Yeah, that play from Baez, makes the dive.
That play from Baez was sick.
It was.
I mean, Torkelson.
Wait, Baez got the error there. Why is that on Baez?
It bounced.
Because
yeah,
it's a tough error.
Don't most first basemen grab that?
Oh, you would hope, but yeah, mistakes happen.
Yeah, it's just that it turned into an extra base after. I mean, Ramirez went from first to third.
Extra.
Right, 2 extra bases, and they had a runner on third with no outs in the bottom of the 9th inning, down 1 run. That's all you can ask for.
But then I also didn't love J Ram's base running on the second out.
Oh, getting caught.
Because no matter what happens, at the worst, that ball's got to go through because you need the runner on third. Because you can't have a runner on first because knowing the Guardians, it takes 2 hits to get him in.
Mm-hmm.
So you need David. You're funny. I don't actually like the Cubs players. Take from that what you want, David. But you can't. He's got to either stay in a rundown or at least let whoever hit that get to second, Manzardo. But you can't just run into the out and then have the guy on first because they're not going to score from first. More than likely, it's going to take 2 hits. So I don't know. It was just one of those. It was one of those weird games for the Guardians. But this is the way the Guardians have won for the last 2 months, and they tried to do it again against Skubal, and it didn't work this time.
I'm surprised they didn't bunt with J Ram on third. With third, Vest.
Who's going to bunt though? Valera?
Yeah,
they're not bunting Manzardo.
No. Valera, right out of the gate. I mean, how many? Hey, you know what? I'm not again. I love the bunt. I love winning more than anything. Like Matt Shaw in the Cubs game, he put down his first bunt. The stat they gave since Maryland, like when he was in college. Like it's okay to be able to try to put that down. I guess their hope was that Vest wasn't going to punch a bunch of dudes out. But if that's the case, then you don't go on contact there. You don't have the contact play. If you think your guys have a chance to put 2 balls in play, then you don't go. Then you don't have your guys going on contact. But I assume because they're going on contact, they're thinking, okay, there's a good chance Vest gets a punch out here. So.
Do the Guardians have a chance?
They do because their pitching is still really good. They do.
And the Tigers can't hit.
Neither of them can hit.
Yeah, neither of them can hit.
Sorry.
They can pitch. Neither of them can hit.
Actually, this is why they got the Guardians the division championship. But like we said, we showed the graph earlier. Does it really matter? Because they're all starting over, and they had to get Skubal in the first game, and he went out and dominated.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's Mize, who's another all-star, against Spivey, who's pretty good. But I'd say one thing: the Guardians shot a lot of their bullets from their bullpen, and the Tigers did not.
Mize isn't going as deep as Skubal.
No, but if the Guardians get into a situation and they do win this game, and they're going to have to use Gaddis again, and they're probably going to have to use Savorsky again. They use Cade Smith, and I don't think they used Heron or Festa. But they got to win 2 more games. So can these guys do this 3 days in a row if it gets to that? That's where this is where we're using, when everyone's like, oh, I would take Pivetta out. But, you got to think longer than, hey, if we lose this game, we got to have 2 more games, and we got to win 2 more games. Not a lot of guys are used to going 3 days in a row. It doesn't happen that much.
And if this game is close, Casey Mize is likely 3 to 4 innings.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Hinch is.
He's not going 5.
He's going for the jugular tomorrow. He's going for the kill tomorrow.
He's going to take us old school to the chaos from last year because he's got it all ready to go.
Yep.
And he likes to play that game.
Do we need to talk more about what Skubal did? I know we talked about it. He was awesome. It might be one of his – I was just looking back at some of his other starts in his entire career. Obviously, it's his career high in strikeouts, 14. In the last 2 years, he's only gone over 7 2/3 3 times. He went 8. He obviously went that 9 earlier in the year against the Guardians. And then he went 8 another time. But besides that, he went 7 2/3 before. Like, this was sheer dominance. This was sheer – we texted in the group – or I texted in the group thread. Like, he's saying we're not losing. He's not allowing his team to lose. And that's what a true ace, a Cy Young Award winner does.
I think there were some select Guardians fans that needed to hear that, because when we did our series preview yesterday, we had some comments dropped that said we were giving too much love to Skubal and that he was comparable to Gavin Williams. Gavin Williams is great. He is emerging to be a front-end starter. He is not Tarik Skubal. Tarik Skubal is number 1 or 2 in the sport. Him or Skeens.
Right now?
Yes. He is a weapon that is so unique in the sport right now.
This is why the Tigers have to capitalize while they have him, because they got 1 more year of him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes bye-bye.
That's right.
But they got to capitalize in this year and next year to try to get the thing they haven't had since 1984. World Series.
I think that offense is going to have to wake the hell up.
Well, I'm just saying. I know, but I'm just saying.
And it might happen, but that's not what happened today. The Tigers take down the Guardians in game 1, low scoring. 2-1 is your final. So we recapped it, and there's more post-game shows that you can check out. Yankees, Red Sox. You will have Monster Territory if you're looking for the Red Sox side of the equation with Robbie Hyde. Pinstripe Territory from Derek Lewandowski if you're looking for the Yankees perspective. And then after Dodgers, Reds, the oh-so-popular Dodgers Territory will be fire. There will be a lot of people in the chat. It'll be so busy in the chat that you'll be like, I just dropped a comment. I don't even see it because it flew through. It's that crazy for post games like that. So check it out. Enjoy the games. We will be on at 1 o'clock East Coast time on Wednesday for another FT, and we'll do another post game show. We'll let you know about that during Wednesday's show. Thanks to MLB 9 Innings 25 for sponsoring this post-game show. It's a baseball game in the palm of your hands. That is Mike Trout's favorite game. It is free to download on your phone. Go to the App Store, check it out. Play alongside icons like Jeter, DiMaggio, Satchel Paige, and more. Write your history with all-time greats and lead your team to victory. Thanks for watching this post-game show. Watch MLB 9 Innings 25 trailer on the way out. See you soon.
I'll take it easy on you guys. Whatever.
Hey, Mike, you might want to back up.
Nah, bro, I'm good right here.
Yeah, you got no chance of getting it out of the infield anyway.
Last time you gave me something to hit, I took you deep. Come on in here.
What was that? That's not fair. I wasn't even ready.
Save it, Junior.
That's terrible.
Hey, Mad Dog, give me something to hit.